and set me free. Come and set me free. Come and set me free, 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 free. Come and set me free. Give me all I need.
Welcome, folks.
Hello.
Hey, welcome. I am Red Monster SC. I am joined here by EchoBit and Abdi Johan, and this is the Crux Cup 2954 DeliveryGP rally race here. So let's hear talk a little bit about the race today.
I'm just so stoked. Super Dragon Tofu run. Here we go. I've been excited for this for like months. I feel like at this point, this is gonna be exciting.
All right. So of course,
It's a
EchoBit
brand new
is
format
our.
too.
Oh, yeah. EchoBit is our live stream manager. Red Monster SC and Abdi Johan will be commentating the race today. And Abdi, do you want to talk about what the Super Dragon Tofu run is, as well as the format for this race that is unique for this event?
Absolutely. The DeliveryGP is a rally leg time trial at the Super Dragon Tofu Run community-made racetrack. We will be sending racers down the track as a team of 2, unless they are solo. More teams will be sent down the track as racers reach Gate 3 outskirts hairpin, which is about 2 minutes and 30 seconds for the Fury LXs, and ensures that there's a low chance of them crashing while they're going up and down Gate 3 outskirts tunnel. This track is nothing like anything Anzia Racing has ever done before. Classically running endurance races, this track is long, dangerous, and brutal to any unprepared pilots, and I can attest to that because I ran this race on my stream. And by that I mean, like, you know how like you got like shot caller basketball players, and then you do the granny throw. Yeah, this is I did the granny throw version of the Super Dragon Tofu run. So I slow boated it. I think Smithy Joe Bob was there with me. We had a good time, but seeing all the hairpin turns was just terrifying and so exciting. Because that's one reason why I'm so stoked for today.
This track is, I will say, tight clearances, close switchbacks. Speed is going to be critical. I had the pleasure of actually debuting this track with EchoBit and getting a guided run through and putting in one of the first actual times on the track on the official track timer. So I'm familiar with this, and I've painted myself across the walls of Lorville many a times running this one.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely.
So we just ran the luxury GP, threw out everything I said about safety and design. When I made this track, I wanted to make a challenging track, the hardest thing we've ever made, something that really lets you tour the new Lorville city, but would push you as hard as any, say, XGR track would, or say even the Demo Rally. Put them together, and the fastest ships in the game. This is nothing like the tracks that I build. It's going to be a brutal challenge to these unprepared players, but we've got many professional racers out here today who have been practicing for the DeliveryGP. So we wish them the best of luck. It is a long course, so we might see lap times of like 8 minutes to 10 minutes. It will take them a long time to get around all of the track. And we've got a video prepared as we
Yeah.
like to
Enough
show
talking
you
about the
the
track.
Super Dragon Tofu Run and what that's all about?
Yeah, let's do it.
If I get serious, they can't keep up with me. They're still at that level. Finally caught up, huh? That's not one of ours. Is that a hawk or arrow? Nice flying. But after 2 corners, I won't even see you on my radar. A C8X? You've got to be kidding. My Gamma can't outrun an old C8X? Is this some sort of nightmare? Shit! I'm the number 2 pilot of the Sire Racing team. Don't they know this tunnel? There's a dead end ahead. To the left is the safer way. If they don't slow down, they'll be forced into the pipework. I knew it. They're going too fast. There's no more room to slow down. What the hell? Tricore drift?
Welcome to the Super Dragon Tofu Run, the checkpoint race inspired by the food delivery pilots of Lorville. To reach the starting point, begin at Lorville Spaceport and fly to the end of the outskirts of Gate 4. At the end is a smaller industrial building set with landing pads. The start of the run is on the furthest pad. Land on top of the circle in the center of the pad, and when you are ready, you may begin the run. The first checkpoint is this entry into Gate 4's pipe tunnel. Fly down it until you reach a gold Hurston Dynamics logo on the right. Turn right to exit the tunnel under or after the HD logo, and prepare to go into a second tunnel at the very end of this open space. Go into the second tunnel and immediately exit to go around the building set, and then take a right under the giant loading cranes. At the end of the loading bay structure set, turn into the nearest archway under the second tunnel and stay under all incoming pipelines while cutting across the outskirts towards Gate 3. When entering Gate 3's tunnel, stay low near the ground underneath the first layer of tunnel beams. At the first available relief from the tunnel beams, fly up one level of the tunnel and continue straight for a while. Stay below the pipes until you reach the end of the left pipeline. Take a left here and head upwards towards the loading docks in the middle of this industrial district. At this point, you could add in a delivery point for a customer and have your friends place a crate outside of their ship. But for time trial purposes, continue through the top of all 3 docks. Swing a 180 around the top of the last dock and quickly fly below the angular wall of the industrial district. Just make sure you are below the wall height before the red and white neon sign. Next, you're heading back into Gate 3 Outskirts Tunnel. On return, stay at the ground level, below the first level of tunnel beams. After the second relief of the tunnel beams, fly up one level of the tunnel, just like before, and continue straight. At any point when the sides open up, pick your moment to fly up and out towards the furthest loading dock in the distance. Fly through the bottom of the loading dock and turn right to enter the city trenches. After the first natural left of the trench, prepare to turn right into this alleyway to enter Gate 1 City Trenchway. As you approach the end of Gate 1's trench, you will be greeted with this loading dock. Turn to the left until you see buildings again, and head between the gap beyond the smoke of this chimney. When you see the letterbox hangar, go into it and fly through it. At this point, you could make your friends drop off another box to a customer. Swing a big right out of the hangar and fly towards these chimneys in the distance. Be very careful here as you enter the tunnel below. Enter as soon as you can and do so before the first wall on top of the red and white pipes. Before the yellow cross neon sign, go down one level. The final turn is a hairpin out of the end of Gate 1 Outskirts Tunnel. Aim for the first landing bay on the outer wall. The run ends when you come to a complete stop. For fun, you could make this the third and final crate delivery your friends need to make. If you want to prove you're the fastest Tofu delivery pilot in the verse, submit a time to the community leaderboards on scr.gg. Good luck and enjoy. Enza Racing would like to thank the following for helping make this video possible.
All right, as you saw, a very technical track, low clearances, narrow passageways, and tunnels. I feel like I'm gonna have to bullseye Womp Rats to make my way through there, huh?
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. Definitely going to be calling on Obi-Wan Kenobi to remind us to use the Force.
Now, of course, a technical track like this, you need some capable ships. You need some capable ships. That starts with the Ultra Instinct class, which is the Mirai Fury LX. Our first racer profiles, if we can pull up the grid here, we have Numinos flying the Mirai Fury LX, representing Project Ostra Independent Explorers. We also have Zolner with that same group, flying a Mirai Fury LX.
And next up, we have Commander Calabar of Team Race Warriors in a Fury LX. And a Jellyhead Maid is next up for Team Race Warriors, also in a Fury LX.
And we have LFK Elvavan from La Fédération de Camelot in a standard Fury. And Zorian for Turbor Corporation in a Mirai Fury LX.
We got a doubleheader here with Rift Walker 1992 and John Stone, both in Fury LXs of Star Citizens Layman's Guild. Awesome. Love that.
Yep, and it looks like we've got a quartet of players from the Russian Stanton community, starting with Airsai Ivan in the Mirai Fury LX, Nashron in the LX, Biaka, who actually is not going to be able to participate today, having PC issues, but then Dimitri L with a standard Mirai Fury as well.
Can I head us into the Super Dragon class here?
Oh, go for it.
So we got Splen of Team Splen. And first up in line here. Next up after that is Noble 737 CIG of Cloud Imperium Gamers, representing Star Citizen. And I'm excited to see what we get out of that.
Yeah. And Garden Crane from the Tetraglyph organization in the F7CS Hornet Ghost, leading us into the Tofu Runner class. Starting off from Turbor Corporation is Kulbosa in the Anvil C8X Pisces.
Next up, we got Frozen 6169 in the Anvil C8R Pisces, representing Flash Freezer Freight's X80i. And also representing Flash Freezer Freight's X80i would be Kelsar in an Anvil C8X Pisces. Love that C8X.
And beyond that, we have Rossix from the 7.7s organization with the C8R. Corvaxe from the 7.7s was tentative here. We'll see if they're able to make it. They will be racing a C8R Pisces if we see them.
And I think we also have, is that our tentative here, or is Calamity 1101 also joining from Turbo Corporation in the C8R Pisces? Am I seeing that right? Are they able to join the race on this one?
They are also suffering PC issues, so they won't be here today. But we wish them the best of luck.
Absolutely. So I'll go into the next one. NeoJet, also in a C8X Pisces, representing SCIRE Sire Racing.
Yeah. And wrapping up with Logar Wilco, also from Sire Racing in the C8X Pisces. So that is our racers for today. They're going to be launched down the track in pairs for those who have signed up, unless they've signed up solo. And their goal is to get time. Each team is going to get one opportunity here to start. Hopefully, if time permits, they will be given a second opportunity. So for those teams that might suffer a crash, some type of collision during their first run, there is a chance they're going to get a second run here today. It's not guaranteed. It all depends on how things are going. But I'll tell you, the crew, they are lining up pretty efficiently. So it seems like these racers want to maximize the amount of time they have to put into the track today to try and represent themselves best.
Absolutely. And that was a really good point in terms of talking about timing, because as you can see, we read through a lot of names there. How many people do we have involved in this race in particular, EchoBit?
So in this particular race, there are 80 participants. We have racers, event staff, support crew, and support crew are divided between event security, salvage, and EMS and refuel as well. All of these players coming to support these races today, and our official team at Anza Racer doing the timing, direction. Thank you so much all for coming and supporting these races.
Yeah. So let's get some shout outs for those crews, specifically starting with the refueling crew. We have Sigelian and Bling from Ultima Energy and Elements. They are providing Starfarer refueling services. We also have Arthur P from La Federation de Camelot, as well as Ghosty2626 and Incognito XYZ from the Nova Pit crew with our refueling support.
Awesome. And we have emergency medical services as well, joined by Zollner of Project Ostara Independent Explorers, Chat Mallow of La Federation de Camelot, and Ara Kaj of FRCN Rapid, RAPID, Twidget TV representing Northfield Medical as well. So thank you so much for providing those services. We'll see if they're needed.
Yeah, we do also have the salvage debris crew, which I can almost guarantee is going to be busy enjoying themselves today, keeping that track clear. Starting off with Delta Blue Aerospace, we have Checked Leak 1, Crystal Keys, and Sergeant Griff representing the salvage crew from Delta Blue. We also have Hugs and Nugs from the White Lightning Solutions, as well as Whisper Dark, Black Rise 1, Ghosty2626, Nova Rift, and KB Gorilla 16. all with our salvage support crew. And representing organization Nakatomi, we also have Fire Dragon. These folks are going to be out there clearing debris from the track because, as we saw in the rundown, it was tight. Very low clearances.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we're gonna see what this track turns into at the end of it. Thank goodness, yes, and making this a more dynamic and interesting experience, and we'll see how it goes. We have some event security shoutouts as well. Oh wait, you already just read that, didn't you?
Event security is yours.
Nope, that's mine. My bad. Yeah. Event security shoutouts. So the Ragtag Mercs, thank you so much for your contributions and keeping this a secure race. You know, we are in a open environment here. This is the PU. So we definitely do need that support. So thank you to the Ragtag Mercs, Turbo Corporation, Vanguard, Nova Intergalactic, and White Lightning Solutions, keeping us safe as we do this race and do it in the way that we love to do it, which is in the PU, just experiencing emergent gameplay. Let's do it.
Yeah, and of course, not to be left out, we do have the supporting staff from the event, starting with Echo Bit, representing the team manager, myself, Red Monster SC, and Abdi Johan. We're going to be your commentators, talking through each of these runs today. We have Discord moderator Ravnak representing Frontier Consolidated, and also, sorry, I forgot the orgs there. I'm representing the Red Legion, and Abdi representing Soul Citizens. Frontier Consolidated with Ravnak, the Discord moderator, as well as Tint, who's our race director, Prof Decoy, who's race timer number 1, and Noise Maze, race timer number 2. We have Oleg Lime, one of our camera operators, providing fantastic views of the race, representing Turbo Corporation. We have Ken Food with Frontier Consolidated as our camera operator number 2. Raidel Demon Heart with camera operator 3, also from Frontier Consolidated. Beyond that, we have checkpoint officers, Onadrem representing Black Star, Zilius, also from Black Star, Maiden Ariana from the Yacht Club, INDF from Southern Cross Alliance, and Therial from Horizons Trading Corporation. We also have Salem Frost, who is our QT officer representing Sire Imperium, Mr. Rice Guy from r/Star Citizen, our event press, and Kayla Star, the Black Star Legion, also from the event press. So a lot of fantastic support from both the event crew, our security teams, our salvage, medical, refueling, everything. We've got it.
Absolutely. It's really humbling. This is my first time participating in anything like this. And, just getting these camera views, getting all these people, in line ready to get into the verse. I mean, if you've even tried to coordinate with like 3 people to get into the verse, sometimes you know that it can just take a lot of coordination. So honestly, a humbling effort to see all of this from my perspective for the first time behind the scenes. And I just wanted to say thank you so much, EchoBit. This is a Herculean effort for gathering all these people, and to you, Tint, as well.
Yeah, it takes a village.
Racing is so much fun. It can be a beautiful journey of self-improvement. If you only challenge your own lap time, the lower your lap times get, that is tangible proof you're getting better at flying these spaceships. Just 5 minutes in Arena Commander a day will improve your flight in all aspects of the game. Trade, combat, piracy, whatever you like to do. It all helps.
Right. Definitely. I'm a terrible racer. I'm really bad at it, but at the same time, you see the gains and it brings you back. It brings you back time and time again. If you haven't put any time into Arena Commander or even just into racing in the PU in general, I definitely recommend check it out. It will expand your time. If you're feeling like, oh, I'm waiting for 323, what do? Try out racing. It's a good time. It's a good time.
We're going to see some fantastic times. I think we are just about ready to start. We'll get our first couple of racers in there. One note about our overlay here, we do have a timer running. That is, of course, just show the fastest times. EchoBit's done a fantastic job providing these overlays for us. We will see the top times, fastest lap time is what we're going for today. So don't worry about that top timer. It's going to be the fastest time for each of these racers. And we should see 2 or 3 groups out on the track at a time. As they hit that turn number 3 checkpoint, that hairpin turn around the dock, coming back down in, it's going to be a long run, and hopefully not too many collisions. They should be independent on the upper and lower levels, but we should see some crossover on occasion. So,
fantastic track design.
Yeah, cameras are up. We're seeing Oleg Lime at the starting line. We're gonna have a couple of views from some of the racers as well. I'm excited. I'm hoping to see some crashes.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. So when I did run this race, or just the track in general, I did it at night, which was terrible. I mean, it was so scary. But at the same time, Lorville just lights up in such a beautiful way. So yeah, excited to see that, and then as the sun comes up, get some of those better views, and this is gonna be amazing.
Yeah. And we are coming in just at sunrise, so we're gonna hopefully get a little bit better lighting condition. But we've got a green flag called, so we should see. Just waiting on the race director's call for those first couple of runs. So
awesome.
Hopefully Oleg's gonna be able to keep up. I think he's in a Fury LX as well. But he'll need to be on his toes to catch up. Not only does he have to trail the vehicles here, he's in third person, and he's got to avoid all of the debris and the obstacles that they have in the Lorville skyline. So,
yeah, we talked about that backstage. Just like, oh my goodness, this will be something to see. Just because it's not just running through tunnels. It's not just like weaving through hairpin turns. There's a lot to this skyline now. There's skyscrapers just randomly here and there, big pipes, all sorts of things, and it really does kind of add to the ambiance of the area, but also to the difficulty of these camera operators. So shout out to them for making this happen.
Yeah, it should not be nearly as hazardous when this sun comes up. I wonder if they're waiting for that for the first couple of runners. Yep. I think we're going to be starting off with Numenos and Zollner. Is that correct? Hopefully they've got the racing grid set up.
I think so.
All right.
It's got some
backstage
stuff happening here. It's awesome.
Which part of this track was the most difficult for you? Yeah, during your practice.
Definitely the initial section here at Gate 4. So what they do is they fly over a giant turbine when they launch, and then they immediately enter Gate 4's tunnel. And there's a really nasty hairpin turn, like a U-hook around one of the building sets. That is so dangerous. And there's pipes in the way as well. They have to weave through them. We'll be following Calabar's perspective today, who is flying a Fury LX. And we'll get to see that firsthand, just how crazy this is. And then the second most dangerous point is the entry to Gate 3 Outskirts Tunnel. They have to come in really low to the ground where there are plants and rocks sticking out of the ground, and if they don't get the gap just right, they'll splatter into the wall.
Yeah, it's there are plenty of places to paint yourself all over the Lorville skyline, like I had mentioned. Here we've got some views of the racers waiting for their turn, running out into the headlights, and maybe doing some push-ups out there in the verse. That is fantastic.
Blood flowing.
Keep the blood flowing. Yeah. Wonder if any of them are using the med pens, getting themselves all hopped up, ready to go. Push a little bit more of those G's.
Yeah, we could use some brand sponsorships for Crux, or not for Crux, for Cruise.
Yeah. All right. We're getting some reports on the race status as we are prepared. We see those Furies, the Fury LXs, a couple of paints in there, looking pretty snazzy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I have the.
So one way we'll be able to tell who is going is the race timer will update. It will be an odd time to begin with. It'll be like 15 minutes or 20 minutes, but it'll put them at the top of the leaderboard. And we'll get an update if they complete their run on their fastest lap as the race progresses. So we'll be able to tell who's being launched that way.
Awesome.
All right. Keeping our eye out there for the first couple of racers that are going to take off. Oh, look at that black and gray. I feel like CIG did a fantastic job on the Fury. For a small ship, it doesn't have a lot of room for detail, but they've been able to add it. You've got kind of the wings off to the side. It does look like a very aggressive, fast ship, as it should, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. And with the options as well for paints and whether you want to go with the Fury or missile pods or going for the LX. I love that they built all that in with that new aesthetic for Mirai.
Looks like we've got Zona lining up here.
Awesome. All right, here we go.
Wonderful. We will be starting off in about 3 minutes. I think that's going to coincide with a bit more of the lighting to make this an easier track. At 10 to the hour. So at 12:50, we'll be kicking off. 12:50 Mountain, I guess. What, 1:50 your time? We're coming up. We're coming up. So,
do you have a favorite of like favorite racing ship that you like to use? EchoBit or Red Monster? Or...
Yeah, I'm sure Echo's got a preference. Yeah, mine. I did the Tofu run on the C8R. I've enjoyed that. I actually did. With the Saber Raven Owners Club, we hosted a Raven rally where we took the Saber Ravens through the Snake Pit, which was a fantastic run. I will say one of my favorites to take out has been the 85X. It's a dual seater, so as I'm teaching people the track within my org. It's great to pop them into the passenger seat and show them how, Lordville Outskirts track works, running as fast as humanly possible. And it's nice to bring a passenger along because, nothing screams fun like hearing your passenger scream as you both crash. So,
oh yeah, absolutely. What about you, EchoBit? Do we have? We got like 1 minute left.
Yeah. So for me, I have fond memories of the Fury LX. I don't know if you've seen the ad, but there might be an appearance of me in it. But not only that, I've actually pushed lap times with it around Miners Lament that got me 5th place on the leaderboard. And I'm a keyboard and mouse race. Keyboard and mouse racer, so you don't need the most expensive joysticks or, a high-test setup. Keyboard and mouse racers can push good times too. You've just got to keep at it. It's just a matter of practice. The skill of the planet will always prevail.
Absolutely.
I feel targeted by that comment. Do you see a lot of folks here using dual sticks, the Hosas, the inclusion of pedals also seeming pretty common. So a lot of accurate inputs, but yeah, mouse and keyboard, you can still put through fantastic times. So
absolutely,
we are coming up we should be launching our first couple of racers here in a moment.
Yeah, look at that. We're getting more light out there. That's great. Wonderful to see. Wonderful to see.
All right, who's got favorites out in this group? We've got quite a few well-known names. It's been really awesome to see CIG, Cloud Imperium Gamers, represented with these groups. So,
yeah, I was just about to say it's. I love seeing that they take part in these community events, just to show that they're more than just signal boosting, that they're also deep in the trenches and even taking time away from their full-time work. All
right. Okay. Looks like we've launched Zollner with
Here
the
we go. There's the on time.
So Zollner taking off. We are watching here the Oleg. Do we got an update there on when they're starting? Oh, looks like we're going now.
Oh, here we go. Whew. And you can see how fast those
Fury Alex is gone.
Look at that. It's just keeping up with that thing is going to be amazing.
Yeah. Immediately lost into the... We'll keep an eye there as we see the starting group.
Zollner.
Yep. Oh, look at that. Just zipping down that track.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a tight track.
Kind of difficult.
We just lost Zollner's marker, but I can see it. I think Oleg's catching up.
Looks like Oleg's able to close some distance.
Go back to Oleg. Oh, here we go. Party mic action cam.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh my god, look at that.
And as far as Zollner, we don't have much information. Not sure what inputs they're using, but they are representing Project Ostara Independent Explorers, and he's flying the Mirai Fury LX.
Amazing.
See this pass through the gates here. Gonna hook her right, and below this tunnel, running overland, trying to avoid the ground and all the debris that comes with it.
Gosh, look at these views. Great work, Oleg.
Sniffy Joe Bob reporting that Zollner is using a gamepad.
We'll practically be doing this track multiple times.
Impressive. All right, yeah, hooking to the right there. Oh, yeah, watch the clearance here as you come around that corner. That low ground gets pretty high.
It really does, and you have other things to look out for, like stray rocks and things like that. I think that was mentioned in the video for the track guide as well. Just keeping an eye out for more than just the strut and pictures, the struts and the construction around there. You also have to worry about the environment every now and then when you get lower.
Yeah. I feel like this camera angle is a little bit deceptive. We're zoomed in, so it doesn't look like we're going quite as fast, but the speed you're putting through on this vehicle is you're topping it out.
And this is the time to do it. I mean, with these straightaways, like when you can see clearly for some time, there's other parts of the track where there's struts in the way and things obscuring your vision. But when you can just like see and just send it, that's where you can make some time for real.
Yeah. And of course, coming up to this gate 3 checkpoint, we're going to be flipping around here, and our second group is going to be launched momentarily. You get this hairpin turn out through the edge. Again, getting low below the angled walls on the outside here on your way back for that approach. We have Commander Calabar and Jellyhead Mead that are both in Fury LXs who have now been launched from the starting line. Hopefully no major crossovers from there.
No, yeah. Who do we have on that checkpoint at that hairpin turn echo bit? Was it?
I believe we set up maiden area with that hairpin.
Awesome. That's such a...
Here we go,
from Calabar. Yeah. The live point of view as Calabar makes this run. You can just feel the proximity of these.
Oh my god, yeah, you see that? Oh my gosh, with the head track and everything.
What an angle. Oh. Right through the viewport.
Yep. Keeping a close eye on that TVI for sure.
Yeah. And of course, the Lorville sun coming up. Maybe an advantage, maybe a disadvantage. Oh, very wide. Wow.
Whoa.
That was aggressive.
Amazing views, though. Oh god, I'm so glad that we got this camera view, because look at that. You were absolutely right with that zoomed in camera perspective on some of the camera ships. It can be deceptive seeing how fast these racers are actually going, but oh my god, look at that. This is zipping. Yeah. You got to make some really quick decisions here.
Now, we have not seen Zollner cross the finish line yet. He is working on it. Oh, and hey, there's a couple of mineable rocks back there. Maybe we should go scan them.
Of course, Red Monster sees those.
All right. Calabar making his way down this long straightaway, trying to match that angle as he's getting out, ready to make the turn.
Yeah, so this view might be confusing for people that don't do racing. EchoBit, can you explain why the ship is pointed down in the way that it is with that TVI in that upper middle area that you can see?
Yes, of course. So the Fury LX, in this current physics model, it does not have any aero that controls, how it flies like a plane or anything like that. This flies like it's in space all the time. So the way you get optimal speed with the Fury LX in this model is to trichord or bichord as much as you can on straights. And what that means is you're trying to get all of your thrusters in either 2 or 3 directions firing at the same time to give you even more acceleration. So that's why we have this weird view where we're looking at the Fury LX up the top of its wraith just to see where Calabar's going. Otherwise, like, more optimally, you might fly it with the big strut in the way, but that's infeasible for us humans. We need to look out a window.
Can we switch over to Prof Decoy as we have Zollner, who's about to get into the final tunnel. Should be approaching there very quickly.
Decoy's camera is down for me.
Oh. All right. We'll hopefully see Zollner get a time check in here.
Okay, yeah, I think we just
try out
646.
Calabar's views still fantastic. The lighting.
646.
All right, that's going to be the time to beat so far. One racer in with a clean run.
Clean run, well to beat. Like, well done, way to beat.
All right.
Zollner, amazing time.
And we see, I think our next two are just about ready. We see them launching from Oleg's perspective. This is the gate 1 checkpoint that Calabar is pulling through, just pulling enough G's to nearly black out there.
Ooh. Amazing.
All right. 6 minutes, 46 seconds for Zollner.
That's an amazing time and great to see that. So if you were doing a race like this, would you prefer to go first, or are you one of those like, just put me in the middle so I can just kind of like see what the time is to be? Yeah, right.
And mostly so that my start would be, still celebrated, but my eventual destruction midway through the track wouldn't ruffle too many feathers.
Right? Yeah. Oh.
Alright, I've got Decoy's camera fixed.
Awesome.
All right. Looks like we have LFK Elvavan and Zorion, who have just been launched from the starting line here. And yeah, that quick, tight turnarounds with the final checkpoint in there for Calabar.
Right there. Okay, what's that time?
That is Decoy.
Machi,
right.
Is that
5:06?
That's 5 minutes? 5:06. Amazing time, Calabar. Wow.
Wonderful time there. We've got Jellyhead Mead that is still working through, I believe. Let's see if I can get that pulled up. Jellyhead near the final stretch, just about to finish their check-in. Oleg Lime right now. I believe we are watching either Elvavan or Zorion.
Oh, saw that dip right there.
Yeah. And we do see Jellyhead Mead coming in and finishing up at the finish line at 5:56. So currently in the lead is Commander Calabar at 5:06, Jellyhead Mead at 5:56, and Zollner at 6:46. I would say for today's event, the real critical aspect is going to be this lighting. Zollner having gone first with the sunlight just barely coming over, maybe having a little bit less illumination, trying to get through some of these tight clearances, but working through it. Still out on the track, Calabar and Jellyhead Mead have both submitted their times. Elvavan and Zorion that we're watching right now.
Yep, absolutely. And you're right, that visibility is so important when you're trying to make these split-second decisions, and second-guessing yourself or anything like that can lead to any loss in time. So amazing that these racers are getting out here making this happen. This is exciting to see.
And just watching these angles, the lines the racers are choosing to go, obviously staying as high as they can through those clearances to avoid the ground debris. There's various pillars. You've got plant life to contend with. You definitely don't want to cross over those.
Mm-mm. No, those Hurstons really did a number to this planet, eh?
Right. All right. Calabar's making the run back. Just looking at overviews, seeing where everyone's at.
Really strong standings for Team Race Warriors. They have a lot to be proud of right now. Excited to see La Federation coming through and Turbor as well.
Yep. Elvavan and Zorion, looking for them on the overhead view here. We can get pretty close up. Oleg managing, is that stopped? Desync?
Desync or what?
They might be lost.
Oh, yep, checking. See, that's the other thing. It's a long track, so you really do have to kind of make sure where you are. These struts can kind of look similar to each other when you go through one and end up, like having to memorize these tracks. It takes quite a bit.
Getting out of zone there potentially. It's unfortunate. Continuing down the track here off to the side.
At least they're not dead. If they get to this
You're right.
run to the end with a time, that's a placement.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
You
right.
just want to get there.
Watching this overhead view, seeing where those party markers pop in at.
Mm-hmm.
Great views of the Lorville, just the new cityscape. It's fantastic.
I never gave it the time of day until this race, honestly. I just so many reports of, when it first came out that things were running a little bit slower, things like that. But I really do think that they've improved the way that Lorville loads now and makes it a more viable place to be, as a startup zone. If you're okay with, putting a bag over your head.
I wonder if the vehicle we're following here suffered some damage potentially. I do see Zorian with Oleg and Elvavan. I'm not seeing a party marker there just yet. Got the top view is there, kind of managing, getting him back on track.
Yeah.
So current best time is 5 minutes 6 seconds with the Fury LX. We've got a 5:56 and a 6:46 also reported. I see one player, one Fury LX on their way, getting down that, I think what looks like they're now into that gate 3. Are they continuing to be lost? Not quite sure where the entrances are.
They must be
Spinning
getting
around.
guidance from someone now, but they're slowly making their way through it.
Yeah, they are. And again, really great point in terms of, you want to get there. You just want to finish. You don't,
And looks like Elvavan has crashed. So first
crash.
attempt at the run is a did not complete. So we'll keep an eye on that. Maybe Elvavan's going to get a second chance. Oh, and there was some collision on unfortunate for that. That's going to be Zorian. Riftwalker now being launched. Riftwalker being launched in the Fury LX, starting that Ultra Instinct. So we'll keep an eye on Riftwalker as he makes his way through.
Yeah, and Oleg getting us some good views of the debris. It looks like the debris has kind of settled down to the ground, which you don't always know is going to be the case. So hopefully that doesn't obscure the track for anyone else. But we do have a salvage crew and EMS services. So you hate to see it, but it is a reality of the race.
Yeah, So, back on some of our current leaders, Calabar, with the Mirai Fury X from Team Race Warriors, using Hosas and pedals, started racing when he needed to blow off steam from doing PvP combat, and kept at it ever since. The first racing ship was the Fury LX, and the fate. Oh, we just lost somebody on the starting line.
Oh no! Was that Ashron? No, oh, it might have been.
May have been. Yeah. Elvavan, who crashed, was on the standard Fury, doing the dual joystick from the Federation to Camelot. Started Star Citizen wanting to race. It was his brother Arthur P who passed on his love of racing to Elvavan. Zorian with the Mirai Fury LX from Turbo Corporation. So we have Riftwalker right now. I don't know if we had John Stone going, but Riftwalker is making his way speedily through that track. Riftwalker and the Mirai Fury LX with the Ultra Instinct class.
And it looks like
I wonder if
it might have been
come and pick up these pieces.
Right, yeah. Right at the start, it would be good to get those cleared. Was that Nashron that just went down?
Yes, it was.
Oh, that's a bummer. Nashron, part of the Russian Stanton community, representing them, running 2 joysticks and pedals. Looks like they've been, in terms of how they got into Star Citizen racing, it was a few months ago in Arena Commander. Their first racing ship was the P-72, and I wanted to get to that because the P-72 is actually what I started cutting my teeth on when it came to getting to know racing and flying decoupled in general. Just big shout out to Splen and his community for helping me get confident with the whole flying decoupled full time. So I definitely recommend racing as a way if you want to get into that. It's very helpful.
Yeah, and we have our next racers being launched. That's Ersai Ivan from the Russian Stanton community and the Fury LX as well. Ersai using a mouse and keyboard, and the favorite ship to fly is the Ion. As far as claims to fame or anything else they should know, just no. That's it. Ersai Ivan, who's being launched now. We have Riftwalker on his way through the track. So far, Elvavan and Zorion crashing. So Riftwalker and Ersai, we'll have to see where they end up with their reports. So, hey, Nashron, of course, having a physics incident at the starting pad. So we'll see if they're able to get back out and make another attempt.
Do we have anyone out there right now on the track that can report on, like, is it windy out there? I know that can kind of lead to maybe some difficulties in getting your ship placed and things like that, especially when you're in a smaller ship with less mass.
Yeah, we'll see what they
Winds
can
at
report.
Lawville can pick up to about 40 meters per second. Say, there is a bit of dust storm there. Maybe it has picked up to that speed. And that is actually pretty brutal for the Fury LXs. They're so light, they'll be pushed around immediately. So I think you're right, that's what we saw.
Yeah, there was a bit of spinning that was looking a little goofy, and I was like, that's either desync or something else is going on there. So that might have played a part, which is a bummer. But reality of playing in the PU, as we were talking about before with security, we're subject to forces sometimes outside of our control, sometimes more inside. But that's a bummer.
Yeah, and just a report from Tint, we're going to be launching the first of the Super Dragon class with the F7C Hornets. As far as the coloring, the red is the Ultra Instinct class with the Fury LX. Yellow is the Super Dragon. Those are our Hornets. And gray is that green. Green will be the Tofu Runner class.
And I think we'll be starting up with Splen, going first in the Super Dragon class. Getting started here pretty soon here. Red Monster, what is Splen flying?
So he's in the Anvil F7C Hornet, and Splen is flying with 2 joysticks. Got into Star Citizen racing back in the Arena Commander only days. Racing was a great way to hone his piloting skills between PvP matches and has never stopped. The first racing ship was the M50, but the favorite ships to fly are the Anvil Hornet of any capacity. So we get to see Splan really put it through its paces today.
Absolutely. And it's a really fun time for the Hornet, just in general. I feel like CIG's been putting a lot of love into that series of ships, and I think we even got an event going on right now regarding the Hornet. So it's fun to see.
The Overdrive event for those who haven't gotten started, and it looks like Splin is getting sent off the starting line, ready to go for his run. Airside Ivan, who I believe is still on the track, making their way through, and of course just waiting for those reports. We did have Riftwalker completing at 6 minutes and 11 seconds, so that puts Riftwalker in about 3rd place for the fastest tracks. And yeah, of course, Oleg trying to keep up with Splen is going to be quite the task here.
Right. Oh my goodness. Oofa. That's going to be fun.
Oh, and these views.
Oh my god.
Quite aggressive. You see just how far ahead Splen's already gotten from Oleg.
Oh yeah. So watching Splen was my introduction into watching racing in general, and it's not unique to Splen, but when you see any of these people, you know, whether they're streamers or not, racing just requires so much rinse and repeat to learn the tracks. So you're refining every turn.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and sometimes it goes better than others, but this is not just like, oh, you pick it up for 5 minutes and you know, and then you're done with it and you move on to the next thing in your day. This can be like hours of just training, brutal training of just refining that curve, you know, refining that turn.
I love that you get like half a second of Splen and then he's gone.
Yeah, right.
But the nature of racing is, you know, you're shaving down fractions of a second trying to keep up with the top racers. And I've seen, you know, various battles involving Splen and the leaderboards for specific tracks that have just been amazing. And yeah, as we see here, Oleg having a hard time keeping up with Splen in the Fury LX. Splen just taking off with that Hornet. What a great view here.
Absolutely. I'm really glad Oleg went with that top view, because honestly, it just looks epic as heck, and really contributes to making the verse feel so much more alive than I feel like if you've taken a few years off, you know, and haven't played the game in a while, like come back in, take a look at these places, because look at it, just feels intense. Feels like I'm watching pod racing.
Yeah. As far as a claim to fame for Splan, to this day, the only first place winner of all of the following: the All CIG Invictus Week ship races, which is the Metro Loop Challenge and Dunlow Derby, all SCR.GG Time Trial Masters ship division, and then all ANSIA Scarlet Apex Turret division. So no stranger to the leaderboards across the racing community.
Absolutely not. No, yeah, that's prolific. And EchoBit was talking earlier about the Fury LX trailer and being featured in that, and I think we had Splen in there and a few other well-known racers. It was actually an amazing effort of community inclusion. Just to see that an official CIG video and trailer for a ship had community racers in it, a first of its kind, and honestly really humbling to see.
And we just saw Noble 737 CIG. Just saw Noble 737 CIG launched. So
there we go.
Got another racer out there. Just confirming again, 4 times submitted. We have 3 crashes. We were waiting for Splen and Noble. Splen's going to put in. I feel like this is going to be an impressive run. He's been pretty clean up to this point. So
yeah, very much so. I'm curious to see, did Airside end up completing, or did they are they still on the track?
I have not seen a time from Airside Ivan. I believe that may be just looking at their start time 57. It would be a 7 or 8 minute run, so they may have crashed.
No end time yet. Oh, Airside is DNF'd. Oh, thanks for that, Calabar.
right. So we're continuing to watch Splend. This changeover from that lower to the upper is one of the areas that those crossbars are terrible. We do
really
have a report. Airside left the track, so that was a do not finish. But yeah, those crossovers moving from the lower to the upper, you got to watch that crossbar. I have eaten that more than my fair share. So.
Yep. Same. But this is honestly, this stretch right here, there's some really great views, but this stretch right here, just a little bit before we went into that turn, is my favorite in terms of views, because you can get some really great ambience of lighting and architecture, which I mean, people call it Screenshot Citizen. To me, that's a compliment, because honestly, it does look really good.
Yeah, it looks
like
fantastic.
A Star Wars movie set.
Right?
Yeah. So we are continuing following here on Splan as he's going through the gate 1 turn up through the mail slot where normally you might stop and make a tofu delivery.
Yeah. Props to Oleg for keeping up too. This is a great view. Well done.
And I'm looking at, it looks like Novel 737 CIG is coming up on the gate 3 hairpin turn. So we'll keep an eye out for that. We may see the next one launching
pretty soon here. Yeah. Exciting. So we have 4 finish times here from the Ultra Instinct class. I feel like those 3 did not finishes or the crashes, all of that contributes just to how difficult this track could be. And hats off to those racers, everyone, doing their best here. And it takes skill just to get out here and be able to compete in this way. So props to them for making it out here and for getting on the track.
Yeah. And as mentioned, a very difficult technical track. Hopefully some of those folks who weren't able to complete so far are going to be seeing a second attempt as things go properly. And we just watched Quelsar launched from the C8X Pisces from the Tofu Runner class. So he's getting his start. And here we see the finish with Splen coming in. We'll see what official time Splen puts in. That is a 6 minute and 50 second. So the current for the Super Dragon, waiting for Novel 737 CIG, who is on his way back from gate 3, from what I can tell. Quelsar making great time down the first streak. So we'll watch that. And of course, Oleg working on getting back to the next racer, having probably used all of his fuel, keeping up with Splen for that run.
Absolutely. Shout out to all the refueling class that are helping here, just to make sure everyone has what they need in order to get around this track. Because it is not easy, and it does take quite a bit of fuel.
Yeah, Oleg coming back, and we are watching currently Noise Maze at the starting gate. Looks like Frozen is lined up, ready for the next run. So, a couple of racers on the track currently. Novel 737 CIG, who is about to get into the trench runs, and of course Quelsar, who is heading down the leg 3 out to that gate. So, from Novel 737 CIG, flying two joysticks and pedals, got into racing in Star Citizen from the 2017 Crux Cup, and got back in 2023 after about a 4 to 5 year break. What was your first racing ship? It was the Aurora, and the favorite ships to fly are the Razor, the Aurora, the Merlin, and the 350R. We also have Quelsar, who is in the Tofu Runner class. Quelsar is in the Anvil C8X Pisces, representing Flash Freezer Freights and ADI.
Very cool, very cool.
And we are following Noble here.
We got some interesting representation in terms of ships here. So Anvil class or Anvil in terms of the C8 series, as well as the Hornet series, and then Mirai. I'm really curious to see, if we do get another racing ship in the future. Always curious to know, like, what would you think in terms of a manufacturer? Who could we see that from? I could see Mirai putting maybe more stuff out there, but we've got options for, anything, CNOU or Aegis.
I want to see what Drake thinks a dedicated racing ship is. Not just a data runner, but what is a racing herald?
Yeah, I think basically you just take a trash can and you squish the bottom of it into a point, and then you just put a booster on the end of that. I think you got what Drake. I'm joking.
And we just saw Frozen Gaming take off from the launch pad from the C8R Pisces, going with the Tofu runner class. In my opinion, I feel like Aegis could probably do something more. I'm a big fan of the Saber Raven. I think some of the ships in that Saber, chassis could potentially provide some interesting play characteristics. I'd love to see that. I know the Raven's going through its Gold Pass update now, so maybe something happens there. We see it as mentioned, I think on a previous stream with Echo Bit. The Raven is actually significantly faster with the new master modes.
Oh wow, yeah, that's exciting to hear.
All these new archetypes we're getting with master modes, with like ships with lower hard points that are designed for that interceptor gameplay, like the Saber Raven, are finally getting their time to shine. It's now faster than the Herald, and then the racing ships are only above that. I can't wait to see Saber Ravens push some serious lap times.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we see Noble CIG
keep an eye out on
the finish line.
Oh, come on, you got this.
And of course, Quillsar looks like he's making his way through the trench run now.
Noble coming in for that landing. And we got our time of 8 minutes,
counts.
11 seconds. Yeah, you're right. It still counts.
Any landing you can walk away from.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely. Yeah, putting up in 8 minutes and 11 seconds. Well done, Noble. Love to see it.
All right, Quillsar and Frozen. So we'll see where Frozen Gaming is at on the track here.
While we're looking for that, I just want to shout out EchoBit again. Please check out their socials in terms of their Twitter. I've seen the tweets that you put out in terms of just getting all the data, just the sheer amounts of data that you get in terms of speeds of these new ships, and you're always one of the first people to put them out, and I always appreciate that. So thank you for your work. It's wonderful to see.
Did we have
You're
an
welcome,
update
and
on
it's
Frozen
not just
Gaming?
me, it's volunteers in the community too.
Absolutely. Community effort. Sorry, what was that, Red Monster?
Do we have an update on Frozen Gaming? I'm not seeing it from the party view. Looks like Frozen is on track still. Oleg heading back to catch up. And of course, Quillsar about to hit that finish line. So Quillsar coming down the final stretch.
Oh, excited to see the first of the Tofu times.
All right.
Into the Tofu runners.
And Frozen Gaming near the hairpin turn now. We got that report in, so should be launching the next 2 ships. Looks like we're going to be a double launch for this.
Is that going to be Colbosa and Calamity? No, Calamity might not make it today. That's, I think, might be Neojet.
Yeah, Neojet and Logar Wilco. Is that who we're seeing? Looks like it. All right.
Cool.
Quillsar putting in 6 minutes 50 seconds for the Tofu class, the Tofu runner. Noble CIG with 8 minutes 11. So just looking through our current Super Dragon class, we have Team Splin, fastest lap at 6 minutes 50 seconds. Noble CIG at 8 minutes 11. We have the Ultra Instinct. First place right now is Commander Calabar with 5 minutes 6 second fastest lap, followed up by Jellyhead Mead at 5:56. Beyond that is a Riftwalker at 6 minutes 11 seconds and Zollner at 6:46. So
great times, everyone. A lot to
Launching
be
here with
proud of here.
Neojet and Logar Wilco.
Yeah, Sire Racing putting up some times. Let's. I'm curious to see what they've been up to with their practice and all the work that they've been putting into learning this course.
Yeah. All right. Cool Boss is going to be launched, and that will be the last of our first runs. And I think we're going to be sending the Furies back out again. Those folks with their previous Fury laps making do, getting a second attempt in, hopefully. And yeah, cleaner runs this time. Maybe they push a little bit, knowing they've got a time that's respectable. Try to break some records and maybe a couple of bones.
Yeah, and to your earlier point, a little bit of more lighting, seeing how that affects their second run too, especially for Zollner and Calabar, seeing if that changes anything in terms of what their approach or again, they got a time now. Are they going to?
Yeah,
they're going to push it.
Do you push it? So we're currently watching either Neojet or Logar Wilco from Sire Racing. Neojet has the Hosas and pedals, and Logar Wilco actually has a left stick, right hand mouse. So Hosam, a very unique setup. It's one I've tried, and I will say it's underrated as far as control schemes go. For Logar Wilco, started racing in 317. The first race ship was the Misk Razor. One of the favorite ships to fly? Just says, I like alien things. I've got to say, very impressed with the alien ships the CIG has been able to put out there. As far as Neojet, I got into racing with XGR on 2951. The first racing ship in the hangar was the P-72 Emerald. The favorite ships to fly, the Mustang, because they have one of the best cockpit visibility of all SC. And any claims to fame, Sire Racing is lore on the Super Dragon Tofu run. So, Logar Wilco, looks like we have had a ship destroyed. Oh man, that's unfortunate. We missed that one. So we are watching Neojet coming out through that checkpoint at this gate 3 area, the hairpin turn. Out at this location. And cool. Coming up next, Kolbasa will be the final to launch from this group. And it looks like Kolbasa has been launched officially.
Well, there we go.
And Kolbasa in the Anvil C8X Pisces with the mouse and keyboard. Started so long ago that they don't even remember. Went full send in the end of 2023 and decided to do that fastest time in a Razor LX on Icebreaker. After that, Kolbasa participated in Sim Cup. And here we go. Back over to Neojet as they come back through the tunnel here. So we have Neojet. Logar Wilco was a DNF. Frozen Gaming, double check where they're at. Have not seen a time reported yet. And at about 8 minutes, I wonder, for the Tofu runners. Quillstar with the previous Tofu runner at 6 minutes 51. Still a potential time here. Logar Wilco is the DNF for that ship destruction.
Yeah, I'm curious if we have any reports on what happened with Frozen. It seemed like last we heard they were on track. But,
yeah. Some reason the party marker's not showing up on our overhead view. And Frozen did just report a time at 8 minutes, 23 seconds. So, have that updated. We probably see this here.
Oh, there we go. Nice.
Just a slight delay on the video feeds coming in.
There it is. There it is. Well done.
All right. Respectable times for the Tofu runners. So, we have the Super Dragon with 8 minutes 11, 650. Tofu runner 651, 823. And watching for Neojet and Kolbasa, who is now on the track as well. Neojet coming back from that hairpin. And Kolbasa, again, a mouse and keyboard player. The favorite or first racing ship is the Mustang Alpha. The favorite ships to fly are the Razor LX, Gladius, bit of a Merlin, a lot of Furies, but I'm that good with them. Claims to fame is the second place in the Anzio Racing Sim Cup, 2953.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Speaking of
and
Enzia,
it sounds like. Go ahead.
Well, I was just curious with going back to, was it that we had Noble 737 participating in the 2017 Crux Cup at Echo Bit. At some point when we get a break, it'd be great to hear a little bit more about the history of Enzia and the start of the Crux Cup.
Yeah, so Crux Cup started back in 2015 when Arena Commander was a humble, just classic racing and free flight module. As soon as we got that, Gentleman Jazz and our grid decided we need a tournament in this, and us Australians are going to put that together. And Jazz is an accountant, so he loves spreadsheets, so he built all the brackets on Excel, and it took us about like a full day to get through all of the races in the end. But
Very cool.
we've come a long way. We've built web technologies now, and in 2022 we moved the Crux Cup into the persistent universe for the first time. We decided, 30Ks are starting to become less of a thing. The game was pretty unstable before then. And we felt confident enough that we could build a racetrack in the PU, and we decided Horizon was the place. So Ahumahu Ring was built there. We race around the industrial platforms, and we've never looked back since. It's evolved into this fully persistent universe racing competition.
I'm just looking at some updates here. We watched Zollner launched from the Ultra Instinct class and almost immediately got a DNF, crashed out to start. We also did see NeoJet putting in a time of 7 minutes, 21 seconds for the Tofu runner, which puts him in second place behind Quelsar. And third for that class being Frozen at 8 minutes 23. So we're seeing some of these Furies as they get launched on their next attempt. We have Calabar and Jellyhead Mead that are going to be providing some perspective runs as they go through their second. And Kolbasa, I believe, is still on the track. And of course, Oleg Lime getting into one of those regions where the vehicles get sent. All right, Calabar had a ship destruction.
Oof!
Right off the bat.
Oof! That kind of lends your point to what you were saying before. You get a time on the Calabar sent it too hard. Roger that. But lends credence to what you were saying, Red Monster, before, where they have a time up on the board now. So it's all about pushing it, and sometimes pushing it on this track leads to explosive results.
Yeah, and we'll see if Jellyhead Mead is able to maintain, put in a better time right now at 5:56. They're kind of in that second-ish place. So we'll keep an eye out on that. But yeah, that was a great perspective of an explosion. So, and there are some areas in this track that do cause some instant impounds. So obviously, one to keep an eye out. Pays to know the track properly. Looks like Jellyhead Mead did have a ship destroyed. So we're continuing to send off more and more into the breach. So Elvavan, I think Elvavan, one that had not finished on the previous track, may have just been launched. So we will keep an eye out on that. More meat for the grinder, according to Tint. Right. Absolutely.
It gives us some of these other players an opportunity, though, to make some space. If Riftwalker can put up another time, maybe sneaking in ahead of Jellyhead, or let's see who else, like just other people who maybe didn't get a chance that first lap. Giving them that second chance.
And we have quite a few there who are waiting for their turn. Of course, Asorion, I'm sure, would love to have a second attempt. Airsai Ivan. They are, the first lap DNFs. Already we've had 3 DNFs on lap number 2. That's Zolnar, Calabar, and Jelly. So We'll see if anybody's able to improve their time. And, I think the one race we're all paying attention to here is Oleg coming in with the camera angles. If he's able to get back in time.
Right, absolutely. Zollner with a comment here in chat. 80% of the infrastructure on this section of Loreville is made up of Fury LX hulls. Absolutely, yeah. Hurston's probably just going to leave it there, too. I don't think they're bringing cleanup crews. I think they're like, you know what? That's good where it's at.
Why worry about it? All right.
Blends in with the landscape.
And we have Kolbasa with 6 minutes 50 seconds. The timing here, just looking through. Elva Van, I believe, is on the track still.
And we got another comment here from Frozen Gaming here. Second run, send it. I love that energy. Great energy.
All right. And a quick timer note, Elva Van had a 3 second difference on the timer, so we'll need to keep that in mind. Bit of a false start. All right. Getting views from Noise Maze at the race start. Frozen's gonna get up here and absolutely send it. Frozen, of course, getting an 8 minute 23 second on the Tofu runner, so we'll keep an eye out there if Frozen's able to put down a better time.
Yep, and with Kelsar and Neojet there putting times down, definitely opportunity. And we look at that, we got a view of a SRV bringing the towing in. Love it.
Great views of our salvage crews keeping that track clear.
This couldn't have happened a couple of years ago, even a year ago.
That's beautiful to see.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, enjoy your free RMC, guys.
Absolutely. Yummy, yummy.
All right.
Okay, so it looks like Nashron is actually getting on the board now. Previously unable to put a lap time down, but it looks like they're off and running now from the start, and excited to see them make another attempt here.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out here, and then of course we see Splen there looking for a secondary race, trying to put in an additional time there. So as far as the overall times, the current fastest we're seeing right now was Calabar at 5 minutes 6 seconds in the Fury LX. Looking through the Super Dragon class, we got a 6 minute 50 from Splen and 6 minute 51 in the Tofu runner from Quelsar. Tofu runner there, I think that's pretty much the closest we'll see.
Amazing times, honestly, really, really exciting, and I'm really curious to see what happens here in lap 2. People are able to push it and maybe sneak in some better times, or if we'll see those times hold. But either way, exciting to see these
Splen take off.
There he goes.
Absolutely gunning it. This is a perfect timing with Oleg back as well. Hopefully Oleg's able to keep up with the Hornet through the Super Dragon Tofu run on this aggressive track.
Part of me wants to say something about Oleg's flying, but a part of me is also just a little bit scared to jinx it, but they've just been doing such a great job. I gotta say something.
Yeah. And we'll keep an eye out here. I've got an update in Discord that might be a little bit ahead. Oh, we just missed the camera angle there, but Splen did not finish.
Oh, pushing it on that second lap. You got to do it, though.
Yeah.
It happens.
Splen leaving some debris behind.
Ooh, right there. Oh, and we got a little bit of something floating, a little bit of some kind of lighting effect, but hopefully nothing anyone could run into. But you put your best into it.
Well, you know what? That's what you got to do. You just send it and let things happen. Try and get more of those. And of course, Splen popping into chat with the send it.
Send it. That's that's the fire of their racing spirit, says Sigelian. Amazing. I love that it's quantified.
Neojet and Logar, who are going to be coming up on their next run. Of course, Neojet having put in a time already, 7:21. Logar with a DNF on round 1. So let's see.
Yeah. And a quick update from Kelsar Prime. Kelsar Prime participating in the System 7 qualifiers, so not able to make a second run, only one run for them. But thank you for participating, Kelsar, and great work on your times. And good luck to you in the System 7 qualifiers. Oh!
Frozen
Ooh,
with the
Frozen.
DNF.
We just... Oh, no.
A concerning pattern is emerging.
It's getting messy here on lap 2, isn't it?
Just a little bit, yeah. Quite fun. A Logar and Neojet getting lined up for theirs.
That was Frozen Gaming shot calling that they were going to send it. You know what? I said I was going to send it, and you did. 100% speed run. Love it. Great energy.
We have Zollner, Calabar, Jelly, Splen, DNF. Nashron was a DNF who had the initial physics issue, so didn't get the first run. On the second run was also a DNF. Splen and Frozen. I'm gonna be surprised if we get to see somebody complete a second lap here.
I'd be surprised, and then in addition, if they're able to improve times and maybe supplant another time that's on the board right now, that would be quite the effort. Really excited to see this wrap up here.
Yeah, just looking at the overhead, seeing who's still out on the track. I do see Neojet moving. Logar Wilco, of course, crew members there from Sire Racing. We'll have to see if Neojet's able to put it together, or if Logar Wilco can get a time entered. And it looks like Neojet just had a DNF. So,
ooh. Rough.
A little bit of a crash. Hopefully Logar keeps it tight.
Yep.
Of course, as I make the update.
Oh no! Here. Is it? Who are we following there?
Looks like we're following some debris.
Yep, and that's what it is.
All right, Neojet and Logar Wilco both painting themselves onto the side of the Lorville cityscape.
Ship parts for the blood god, says Smithy Joe Bob. Ship parts for the blood god. Love it.
All right. Looking out for anybody else on the track right now. We saw got a Kolbasa who may still be active.
Yeah.
Just got kicked off.
Oh, we got Logar Wilco with at this point. I think this may be a crime
there.
We got another ship destroyed. Oh no.
And we see those 315Ps with their tractor beams clearing the area. The Argo SRV probably giving some call outs to make sure that the area is cleared. All the debris removed. There's your request. How do they get into such a race?
You read my mind. Go for it, Red Monster.
Yeah. So we have you can join Discord for the Anzia Racing community or anziaracing.com. Check the details below the stream here if you'd like to get in. There are multiple events, notifications, and alerts to sign up for these events. The Crux Cup every year. We have the Scarlet Apex, a couple of other great events, the Sim Cup, things that Anzia Racing hosts. So the Discord server is where all of the coordination happens, but AnziaRacing.com has the track guides. You can practice those at any time on your own, and I'm sure that EchoBit would be more than happy to drop in with some additional knowledge, maybe some links there.
Invite me anytime.
Oh, we got a question about where the status of 11. I was wondering, do we have a status on 11? Did they? I don't think they.
Elvavan, I think, was a DNF potentially.
Oh yeah, that's right. They had their mother's birthday today, so they probably went off to that. They said they could only come for one attempt. So thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Kolbasa is the final racer. I think we may be following Kolbasa, trying to put in a time here. Just confirming, Kolbasa did put in a 6 minutes 50 seconds Tofu runner time. The last lap at 7:49, so 6:50, looking pretty good on a Tofu runner. Comparing that to NeoJet at 7:21, 6:51, barely edging out where Quelsar Prime was. And yeah, we'll have to see how that works. Kolbasa, the final racer, and then everyone's gonna go do some fun laps afterwards. Just pack it full,
Why not? I honestly I'm gonna nerd out here because we got a second. I just what other game do you see a race happening in a persistent universe with tow trucks on the course, EMS services on standby, and this is all happening where in another part of the galaxy somebody could just be making a regular actual delivery run. This is awe-inspiring, and shout out to CIG for making this happen, and for EchoBit for assembling everybody here, and Tint as well. Seriously, this is a Herculean effort, not just those people, but everyone who puts in together to make it happen. Just fun to see.
Yeah, and thank you to our salvage crew who has been
commentating
busy
and coming
at
to
work.
support these deserving racing.
Yeah, it's been a fun time. Appreciate the invitation to come commentate these events. And Abdi, it's been great commentating with you as well. We're, I would say, some exciting races that we've seen today. Some of the fastest racers in the verse. And as you mentioned, where else do you get this opportunity? Now, my only complaint is I was told explicitly I was not allowed to touch the fire hydrants, fire extinguishers. So, we'll work on that later. I love that crossover we see here.
Oh,
so be very
cool.
careful
Cool.
not to get insta impounded.
You gotta keep going fast, and you gotta know where you're going, and these racers do making it happen. I don't think we had any. For a second there, my Twitch just cut out, and I was like, did we get impounded or nope? We're good. We're good.
I think it was.
We didn't see any of those today, did we?
Yeah, we didn't see any specifically. I know that Oleg, when he was off focus, he did get impounded there. We did see one other crash that was on some invisible debris, but I think that was an off-track location.
Sure.
So,
sure.
Once we get Kolbasa at the finish line, he's in the trench runs now, and we'll have a dogpile lap. Tint, Professor Decoy, and Noise Maze are all very excited to be participating in that. More meat to the grinder.
Yes, please. Oh, I'm excited for it, honestly. What a great race it's been today. And shout out to you, Red Monster. You were here for the Luxury GP. I wasn't able to make it to that, but you and Papa Juggernaut and EchoBit were also commentating for that. Do you have anything to say about how that went today?
It was great to be able to see those luxury ships go out there, get put through the test. With the, one of the concerns, it's an hour-long endurance race. So fuel capacity was going to be an issue. We didn't see much of a problem there. The only exception was with the 890 jumps right near the end. Maiden Ariana went bingo fuel within the last couple of seconds. And shortly after completing the 1 hour run, Team CIG, piloted by Novel CIG, who participated here as well, their 890 jump ran out of fuel and careened, as it was on focus on screen, careened down into the tunnel areas here. So it was quite fun to see those, the 1 hour long endurance race. And of course, the excellent camera views showing multiple 890 jumps, having the 600 eyes pass in between them, and the 400 eyes just zipping around. We did have the Constellation Phoenix that was represented well. So
nice.
That was another fun one. Not to be left out. Origin doesn't have a monopoly on luxury. So
that's true. Absolutely. It's great to see that inclusion.
Here we see Kolbasa coming in for the final.
Oh, let's get that time.
Touchdown. Oh, yeah. Hit that landing gear.
Yeah, the skid. Love it. Oh,
good job, all races.
Not quite updated. Where is Kolbasa for that timing?
I think that was that a.
Oh, yep. All right. Lap number 4, 6 minutes and 50 seconds. So
Very nice.
Sounds like we're all going to go in for a dogpile lap.
Excited to see that.
Compile the results, confirm all of the updates. Again, looking at this fastest lap time within those groups to make that happen.
Wow.
Race results are ready to go through. Shall we have them now, and then we'll look at the dogpile lap?
Yeah, let's go talk about the race results, and then let's see them all. Just send it.
Send it. Send it emotes out there.
All right, Team Race
All right,
Warriors.
so for Ultra Instinct. I'll let you do it, Red, actually. Thank you.
Okay. Team Race Warriors leading the Ultra Instinct class with 5 minutes 6 seconds. That's Commander Calabar and Jellyhead Maid. We have Star Citizen Layman's Guild with a Riftwalker coming in at 6 minutes 11 seconds. Project Ostara Independent Explorers with Zolner at 6 minutes 46 seconds. And La Federation de Camelot, Turbo Corporation, Russian Santa Community, getting DNFs there, but representing at least in those times. That's Elva Van from La Federation de Camelot, Zorion from Turbo Corporation, and Arsai Ivan and Nashron from the Russian Stanta Community. So congratulations to Team Race Warriors for the first place in the Ultra Instinct class.
Absolutely. Great runs there. Really fun to see.
You want to take this one?
Yeah, moving on to the Super Dragon run. Was fun to watch Team Splen get that 650, with Splen getting 650 on the board there, and Cloud Imperium Gamers with a respectable 8 minutes 11 seconds. Shout out to Noble737 for that run, and really fun to see what those Hornets did out there on the track. Great work.
Great work indeed. And the Tofu runner with Turbo Corporation, Kolbasa at 6 minutes 50 seconds. Sire Racing coming in second at 7 minutes 21 seconds with Neojet and Logar Wilco represented there. And Flash Freezer Freight by ADI with Frozen 6169 and Quelsar coming with an 8 minute 23 second finish time.
Amazing runs, everyone. That was really fun to watch. Oh my gosh. If you watch something like this and you don't just feel like getting out on the course, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It's like I got it.
All right. Sounds like our crews are getting ready for
1 second, the timer's just resetting.
All right. They're getting ready to send it
here
down
we
the
go.
lap.
All right, here we go. Send it. I'm excited to see this one.
The amount of chaos we're about to see. Holy crap.
Oh man. I wouldn't even be surprised if this 30K'd the server.
I'd be surprised. I've seen crazier.
That's true. And you know what? These servers, shout out to COG, this has been getting a lot better in terms of server stability with all the PES and we got some boxes loaded in there. Great view. Great view.
It's the tofu run, right? You gotta deliver the tofu.
Gotta deliver the tofu. Okay, now I'm actually like, should I make like tofu banh mi's or something for dinner tonight? I'm kind of hungry.
Man, I could talk all day about food.
Oh yeah. Yep, the hungriest race in the verse. Love it.
Well, we're getting ready for this. I want to do a quick shout out for all of the official event staff. EchoBit with Southern Cross Alliance, our live stream manager, myself from the Red Legion, and Abdi Johan from Soul Citizens, who have been your commentators for today. We have Frontier Consolidated with Ravnak representing the Discord moderation. We've got Tint, Prof Decoy, Noise Maze, all representing Frontier Consolidated as well. Tint, our race director, Prof Decoy, and Noise Maze, our race timers. Oleg Lime, Turbo Corporation, Camera Operator 1. We've loved seeing these views, so thank you very much. We also had Canned Food, Radel Demon Heart with the other camera operators. And I believe we had Prof Decoy on the starting line for a number of those runs. We also had Onadrim from Black Star Initiative, Zilius, both checkpoint officers. We had Maiden Ariana from the Yacht Club with another checkpoint officer, INDF from the Southern Cross Alliance, and Therial from Horizons Trading Corporation, checkpoint officers number 4 and 5. Salem Frost from Sire Imperium with the QT officer, and our event press, Mr. Rice Guy from r/Stars Edison, and Kayla Star from Black Star Legion. So I love seeing this. We've got a prospector out there. We've got an SRV. We got the 315Ps.
A backstage note from EchoBit. Everyone jump in. Let's all go out with a bang together. I love seeing that.
And it sounds like Sigelian's going to be joining with the Starfarer.
Perfect.
Love to see it.
Oh, man. Starfarer is the best fare, says Sigelian. There we go.
Yeah. So this will be everyone that's available that'll help participate, both racers and support crew, including our security team, who've provided support through the event. And it looks like we're starting with some explosions already.
Oh, already. There goes. And we got a view on Noise Maze, who is one of our race timers, flying in a 3. Is that a 350 or is that a...
Might be a 315P.
It's a replay.
Oleg flying.
That's the Oleg immediately.
Finally, Oleg hitting the dust, which is amazing after all the race that.
There we see Sigelian. Is that with the Starfarer? Quite a tight run for that ship.
Absolutely.
I'm not running behind that one.
Look at that though. You see that little boost there? That's the full send for the fare.
You see the racers moving away as they can, trying to avoid that.
It's like getting stuck behind a 16-passenger van or something like that. Oh no!
Oh, man.
Is that a prospector?
Clip to the top there. Do we have anyone else left with the views? All right, we might see.
Decoy!
A little chaos.
Great way to go out. I love it.
I feel like that's the perfect Star Citizen signature.
Absolutely. Can you imagine someone just like coming out to this server like in an hour or something after the race is done and being like, why is there so much debris here?
If you've been around, you see 25 racing ship hulls out there just dead. You're like, oh yeah, somebody was trying to.
There's an event. Let me call up my friends and we can salvage.
Yeah. Quick call out. I want to give some shout outs for our security team, the Ragtag Mercs. We are the Ragtag Mercs. We believe anyone, regardless of skill, time, or money, can be a mercenary. Blood for some, money for all. Turbo Corporation as well, a multinational organization that unites people from several dozen countries around the world. By gathering and uniting the largest number of adult Russian-speaking players, you can find many new friends and one of the largest fleets to get the most out of Star Citizen. Vanguard, with an inspirational quote here, mankind shares an innermost trait, the desire to explore, to be the first to enter the void in an unprecedented arena within the cosmos. That is why we are here. Nova Intergalactic, the future is in your hands. Nova offers you the possibility to do what you enjoy the most, from exploring the galaxy to fighting bad guys. All of this with the support and protection of an organization. And White Lightning Solutions, data brokering, counter-espionage, and networking.
Very cool. All essential services. We've seen other events before that have kind of gotten derailed by... I wouldn't call them bad actors, but, this is the PU. We're all out here in the same verse together. Things can happen, and, being prepared is an important part of this. So thank you to everyone who helped us do that, whether it be security or EMS. It's refueling, all of it has been... It's all essential to making this happen.
Yeah, and the salvage crew, thank you very much. keeping that track clear, obviously with the tight clearances, and all the racers who were able to come out and perform. We talk about it today. This is a unique format. It's a rally leg time trial on the Super Dragon Tofu Run, community made track by yours truly here, EchoBit, and Anzia Racing. So we've had a huge amount of support to get into this race, and then also obviously the time they put in behind the scenes to help prepare for this event, and practicing time for each of the racers. I'm sure they've put in their time in the chair, learning these racetracks, knowing where to cross over, which routes and legs they need to run from. So, any final thoughts you guys have you want to share?
Oh, I'd like to hear from EchoBit. Honestly, you put a lot of work into making this happen, especially this track. So, would love to hear from you and just anything you have to say about this run and making it happen.
Of course, I'd just like to thank all of the racers, all of the support crew, all of the event security, and all of the viewers today for coming here to witness these deserving racers and their achievements. Thank you so much for working together and making this possible for the benefit of all good Star citizens. You are amazing, and to Red Monster SC and to Johan, you're both beautiful. Please give them a follow. Their handles are just below the Twitch window. Hover over them, give them a follow, see what other Star Citizen content they're doing, and looking forward to the next race.
Me too. And again, these are up on Twitch, so if you want to catch that luxury GP or catch this one again, even just to get an idea of how the racetrack works, and maybe doing it yourself, cutting your teeth on it for the next time we come out here, keep an eye on Anzia Racing and check those past VODs. So much love to Anzia for inviting both me and Red Monster out here to do this.
And to wrap up, I want to say thank you on behalf of everyone in the Anzia Racing family for being here, watching and participating in chat, all of the racers, all the support staff. We couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you very much. And have a great one.
We'll see you next time. And one last one from me. Thank you, Cloud Imperium Games, for making the best space sim. We love you very much. See you next time.
Come and set me free. Come and set me free.